In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can take down the undefeated giant that's standing in front of you. So let's get started. So we all know the story of David and Goliath, the small boy against the giant man, the unknown against the undefeated. And while we think of this as a nice story, it's a teaching story from the ancient past. The reality is we have to think about how do we apply this to our lives today. I want you to think about the giant that you're looking at in the eyes. I want you to think about the big undefeated obstacle that's standing in your way. That giant, that undefeated foe, it can take a lot of different forms for men. It could be stress, it could be pain, it could be depression, it could be financial problems, it could be porn, it could be alcohol, other addictions. All sorts of obstacles could be standing in front of you. Maybe it's your unwillingness to forgive other people, or even harder, your unwillingness to forgive yourself. Maybe it's the job you just lost or the medical report that you just discovered. You and I, we all face these obstacles. Everyone has them. Everyone you know, everyone you've ever met. All of us, we have some sort of giant obstacle in our path. It's just obviously different for every single person. What you're facing is different than what I'm facing. In fact, what you're facing today is different than what you faced 5 or 10 years ago. And while we might feel like the small unknown staring down the face of the undefeated giant, the reality is you have an incredible power to use on your side as long as you're standing up to that giant. And in that story, you need to notice that young, small David, he had an ally by his side. He wasn't walking into that confrontation alone. He wasn't facing his undefeated giant all by himself. He knew that his God had his back and that his God was going to be with him as he was going through that challenge. So he got to work. He took action. He was on a mission and he went to work doing exactly what he knew he had to do, holding his head high, walking right directly into the confrontation with the undefeated Goliath. Now, did he know 100% for certain that he was going to be victorious? Did he know he was going to walk away from that confrontation? No, he didn't know that, but it was his task, his calling, his mission. He went to work and did what he had to do. In other words, he did what a man is supposed to do. He heard the calling, he took action, he did his part. He didn't just stand there by himself praying to God, which he believes in. He had to do something himself in that process. So he went into action. He took the battle directly to Goliath. So the small unknown boy looked the undefeated giant in the eye, and as you know how the story ends, he brought that giant down. And you, as you're watching this right now, you know what the undefeated thing is that's standing in your way. You know what the giant is that's in your path that you're going to have to defeat. And if you listen to your calling, if you take action, if you do your part, if you do your work, when you're going to face that giant, you're going to be able to take it down. And you can know that you've done what most men will never do, because you've decided that you won't cower and hide. You're not going to fall back and run away. You're not going to retreat. You might be the only one standing in the entire world, just like David was the only one standing, but you're going to do it. So you go into your battle with your head held high. You know you've got a powerful ally that's on your side. And when you do that, that is how you will take down the undefeated. So be sure to subscribe, like, and leave me a comment below. I'd love to read what you're thinking about this video. And if you know someone else who would like this, please go ahead and share it with them. So thanks for watching. Until next time.